Well, hello, my YouTube fellas and gals. So today we are working on lot 70. These are all going to be paperbacks. They're all going to be $1 each. I read the synopsis. So if you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Tammy. I own a used bookstore. Even if you don't shop at my bookstore, that's okay too. Kindle's Nooks. You can go look these books up if you're interested in reading any of them. And if you do shop for me, everything will be in the description below. You can follow me on Minda's Bookstore and more on Facebook, tammysmakeuptreats@gmail.com. You can email me or, write down a bunch of books you want. Tell me in an email, and I set it up in my Etsy as a special order. You can come pick it up and check out any way you want, through PayPal or credit card, however you want to do it. So I read the synopsises of 10 books. I'm also on TikTok. So if you want to look at just the views of the books, that's good too. And I put music to them, which is fun. So anyways, book number 1 is called Prior Bad Acts by Tammy Hogue. It's a 2006 copyright. And this is what the book is about. It was a crime so brutal it changed the lives of even the most hardened cops. Everyone agrees that Carl Dahl is the killer. Only Judge Carrie Moore seems to be standing in the way of keeping him in custody. Her ruling that Dahl's prior criminal record was inadmissible raises a public outcry and makes the judge a target for revenge. 2 of Minneapolis' top cops are called upon to keep her from harm. Detective Sam Kovac is hard-boiled as they come, and his wisecracking partner, Nikki Liska, isn't far behind. Neither one wants to be on this case, but when Carl Dahl escapes from custody, everything cartwheels out of control. The judge has been kidnapped, and with time already running out, Kovac and Liska are drawn into a maze of smoke and mirrors to find a killer who could be hiding inside of any of us. So that is book number 1. Book number 2, we have Say Goodbye by Lisa Gardner. I do go through my books and make sure that no book pages are ripped out and all that good stuff. So you get all the book. So this is a 2008 copyright. This is what it's about. Come into my parlor. For FBI Special Agent Kimberly Quincy, it starts with a pregnant hooker. The story Delilah Rose tells Kimberly it's too horrifying to be true, but prostitutes are disappearing, leaving behind no bodies and no explanations, except only Kimberly herself, 4 months pregnant, is willing to believe. Could a sadist be hunting the streets for vulnerable young girls and using spiders to do his dirty work? Said the spider to the fly. Either a serial killer has found the key to the perfect murder, or Kimberly is following clues to a crime that never happened. In fact, Kimberly's caught on the web, more lethal than any spiders, and more she fights for answers, the more tightly she's trapped. She's already too close to a psychopath who makes women's nightmares come alive, and like her mother and sister before her, both victims of a serial killer, it won't be long before it's Kimberly's time to say goodbye with her dying breath. So that is book 2. Book number 3, we have Iron Gracie by Taylor Anderson. Destroyer Men, Iron Gracie. This is a 2012 copyright, and this is what it's about. Barrel to barrel, war has engulfed the other Earth, the parallel universe. Lieutenant Commander Matthew Reddy and the crew of the USS Walker now call home with every hard-won victory and painful defeat. Reddy and the Allies encounter more friends and even more diabolical enemies. Cutting short his honeymoon with the woman he loves, Reddy sails off in pursuit of Haidoname, a rogue Japanese destroyer that is wreaking havoc in Allied seas. Now that Walker is armed with the latest new technology, he hopes the Force Stacker can handle a straight-up fight against the bigger ship. Elsewhere, the long-awaited invasion of Greek India has begun, and the Human-Lemurian alliance is pushing back against the twisted might of the Dominion, even as political machinations threatens the alliance from within, but the savage Grick has also mastered new technologies, and their fleet of monstrous, ironclad, and bloodthirsty armies are finally massing to strike. So there you go. Book 3. Book number 4. We have Dead Mourn. This is by Piers Anthony and Roberto Fuentes. It's a 1994 copyright. Definitely get some age pages. And it says, in the 25th century, survivors of a nuclear war must live underground. Their actions must be regulated. Their passions must be controlled. Love is a crime, and when a man dares to take a lover of his own choice, he must be punished. It's time for a change, and the only way to alter this grim future is to journey back to the past and change a few small details. Dead Mourn. It's a time travel book. Isn't that cool? I like action suspense varieties. And book number 5. We have Reddit Dragon Rising, Shadows of War. This is by Larry Bond and Jim DeFelice. It's a 2009 copyright, and this is what the book's about. Massive climate change has wrecked the globe. China's rice-growing regions has been devastated by typhoons. Riots threaten to tear the country apart. Now a young, charismatic party leader has emerged. His solution to the unrest is simple: conquer China's neighbors, and after that, the world. But first, the Chinese government will attempt to frame Vietnam for starting the war. American scientist Josh MacArthur is the only witness to their sinister ploy. When the Chinese learn of MacArthur, they send a former chain-fighting monk to capture him. MacArthur becomes the subject of a deadly race in the jungles of northern Vietnam with the fate of the world in his hands. So there you go. Book 5. Book number 6. We have The Last Juror by John Grisham. This is a 2004 copyright, and this is what it's about. In 1970, Willie Traynor came to Clanton, Mississippi in a Triumph Spitfire and fog of ambitions. Within a year, the 23-year-old found himself the owner of Ford County's only newspaper, famous for its well-crafted obituaries, while the rest of America was in the grips of turmoil. Clanton lived on the edge of another age until the brutal murder of young mother rocked the town and thrust Willie into the center of a storm. Daring to report the true horrors of the crime, Willie made as many friends as enemies in Clanton. Over the next decade, he would sometimes wonder how he had gotten there in the first place. But he could never escape the crime that had shattered his innocence, or the criminal whose evil had left behind an indelible stain. Because as the ghosts of the South's past gather around Willie as tension swirls around Clanton, men and women who served on the jury 9 years ago are starting to die one by one as a killer exacts the ultimate revenge. So there you go. Book 6. Book number 7. We have The Hard Way by Lee Child, and this is a 2006 copyright, and this is what it's about. Jack Reacher was alone the way he liked it, soaking up the hot electric New York night, watching a man across the street to a parked Mercedes drive it away. The car contained $1 million in ransom money because Edward Lane, the man who paid it, would do anything to get his family back. Lane runs a highly illegal soldier-for-hire operation. He will use any tool to find his beautiful wife and child, and Jack Reacher is the best manhunter in the world. On the trail of vicious kidnappers, Reacher learns the chilling secrets of the employer's past, of the horrific drama in the heart of the nasty little war. He knows that Edward Lane is hiding something dirty, something big. But Reacher also knows he's already in way too deep to stop now, and if he has to do it the hard way, he will. So there's book 7. Book number 8. Which a few books fell, but that's okay. We have Suicide Mission by William Johnstone with J.A. Johnstone. 2013 copyright, and this is what it's about. To live free, you must be brave enough to die. Former CIA agent and soldier of fortune, Wild Bill Elliott, thought he was done with the impossible missions, but that was before a group of Islamic, oh, I can't talk tonight, jeez, fanatics teamed up with the Mexican drug cartel to establish a terrorist training camp on America's southern border, and Elliott is tapped by the government to wipe out their base. To do this, Elliott recruits a squad of hardened lifers plucked out of the U.S. maximum security prisons, a terrifying collection of brutal killers, armed robbers, and savage felons. Convicts so out of control they could blow up a mission at any moment. Whipping at this ragtag bunch into an assault force capable of infiltrating the terrorist death trap will be the greatest challenge Elliott's ever faced. Getting them out alive, that could be a problem. So that's book 8. Book number 9, we have Deadrun by Erica Spindler. This is a 2002 copyright. This is what it's about. I'm in trouble, Liz. I've uncovered something they're watching. That panicked message on her answering machine was the last time Liz Ames hears her sister Rachel, pastor of Paradise Christian Church in Key West, Florida. Compelled to uncover the truth about her sister's disappearance, she heads to Key West. Within hours of her arrival, a successful banker jumps to his death, and a teenage girl whom Rachel is counseling is found brutally murdered. The ritualistic style of killing is hauntingly similar to that used by the notorious New Testament serial killer now on death row. Could the teen's murder be related to Rachel's disappearance? Is a copycat killer at work? And why do the police refuse to help? For answers, Liz returns to Rick Wells, a former Miami cop who worked the fringes of the New Testament investigation. Together, they peel away layers of deception to reveal a terrifying adversary and the unspeakable evil at the heart of this island paradise. So there you go. Book number 9. And book number 10, and the last book, The Master Sniper by Stephen Hunter. This is a 1980 copyright, and this is what it's about. The Master Sniper in the death throes of World War II, one man is still at war, and he's got the world's deadliest weapon in his hands. With the sniper's rifle, he has calmly executed hundreds of enemy soldiers in a single battle and gunned down thousands of innocent civilians in a single day, waiting patiently for the barrel of his gun to cool before resuming his craft. It is in the spring of 1945, and Rep the Master Sniper is about to carry out his final mission. Even as Germany's enemies overrun it, even while a tired, disorganized team of American and British agents tries everything in its power to stop him. Because for Rep, this is the one job at which he cannot fail. For this time, he possesses the ultimate killing tool, and with it, he will commit the ultimate crime. Ooh. So that's book number 10. So with that, Ship Media, you know how to get a hold of me. Everything's in the description below. You like these type of videos? Hey, come visit me in my comment section. Come say hi. I'll say hi back. I don't bite, I swear. So with that, whatever time zone you're in, I hope you're having a great one, and I'll see you soon. Bye.